what a win. What a win. As soon as I think I'm out, they fucking pull me back in like they always do, this team. I got my wish. I got the Houston Astros. All I asked for was a chance, and now we're getting it. Now, I want to firstly address the people in my comments, the video prior, telling me that I'm talking in circles and that they're going to book me because they don't think it's going to be a Yankee blowout, all this bullshit, and blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? The Yankees took the lead in the first inning, Big G with a big 3-run shot. We never looked back, okay? So I don't want to hear pointing fingers this or any of the sort. All I got to say is we got a flight to Houston tonight. It's embarrassing that I'm saying we. I have no affiliation with the team. But we got a flight tonight. We're going to go into Houston, and we got Jameson Taillon tossing on the mound tomorrow, towing that slab in Houston, okay? So I'm very excited, but I got a lot of shit to say. The first thing I'll say very quickly as well is, what is Terry Francona doing? I said it before the game. I said it during the game, and I'll say it right now. It's almost like he wanted to lose that game. I don't care if Bieber's not available, fine. You don't put a guy with the 4th worst ERA in the entire sport, or something around there, in the biggest game of your season, when you kind of had no business being there to begin with and you overachieved. Why would you even risk it? As soon as the runners got on, as soon as he showed some bad control issues, what do you know? Stanton with a bomb. Now, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's one of the best managers of my generation, at least. But, I mean, that was a clear, just huge mistake. From jump, we saw he didn't have it. And on the flip side, Nestor was all you could ask for. Besides that little flub, and I'll get into that in a second, with Cabrera and Hicks, Nestor was just completely on point. And like I said, it's all about that one little bloop hit. What in the world was left field in this series? I mean, in this series, left field was a nightmare. Every single... I don't want to... Again, I'm not making any excuses, but Cleveland got so lucky in this series. There was so many weird fucking plays this whole series, all down the left field line. Sure, the Yankees could have played it better, but, I mean, just an odd game. Kwan, I want to give Kwan his due. Stephen Kwan is... and I really didn't watch him much, being that he was in the Central and the team was kind of under the radar for a while, and he was a rookie. And I know he went 0 for 9 in the wild card, but I mean, Stephen Kwan is as good of a hitter as I've seen. He does not swing and miss. He's not going to even he's got an amazing eye. Sure, I mean, he'll make out once in a while, it seems like, but every time you looked up, he was on base. He's either walking or he's slapping a ball to the other side of the field or he's lining a ball into the gap. I mean, the guy is unbelievable. I have a feeling that we're going to see a bunch of at least contending years, I guess you'd say, of the batting title for him. The guy, I mean, just really impressed by him, and he's going to be a thorn in everyone's side for many years to come. So I want to give him his due, but also just kind of shift on the idea that a lot of luck involved. He slaps the ball the other way to left field, and next thing you know, boom, there's a little bit of an issue for Nestor. But he gets right back out of it, and he looked smooth. He looked very composed. He looked better than the first game he pitched. And this is the guy you have really a lot of trust in. I know Cole has shown us that he's an ace, at least in this series, and that you can rely on him. But Nestor is a guy that I will never doubt. I mean, really. I don't care what velocity he's throwing. He's a guy you never doubt. And I understand what Boone was doing, especially on 3 days rest. But because the bullpen was still the bullpen was a little bit, I mean, a little tired, and we have a game tomorrow, assuming that you'd won that game, which we did, I would have ran Nestor out there again for that third time around. Excuse me. I would have easily ran him around. And yeah, if he gets into trouble, then you go batter by batter. But that's really all I got to say on that front. Now, this team, and I know I touched on this yesterday when I spoke. This team must hate IKF. Must hate them. Must hate him. Excuse me, because you take fine, you bench him, and you have Hicks again in the field. I didn't agree. Excuse me. I didn't agree with it, but it was what it was. But now you have that freak play where, by the way, Cabrera was so in the wrong. I still do think, I know he had a great game when they inevitably blew the game, but with the home run and everything. But he's looked very shaky as a rookie, and I don't blame him. He's not even just a rookie like Kwan. He's actually a guy who's been in the league for less than 3 months. So I don't blame him. But I think he's overthinking a couple things, and that was not his ball. He had no right to do that. He wasn't even going to make the catch to begin with, and completely got in Hicks's way. That's Hicks's ball all day long. Hicks was calling him off. Would have been an easy catch for Hicks, and that got the Yankees in a little trouble. We're very lucky we got out of it. But So even still, you want to have him at short and you want to have Hicks in left. Now Hicks comes out of the game and you put Marwin Gonzalez in left field and keep Cabrera at short. They must really hate IKF to the point where I don't want to nitpick here because it was a great win. But, I mean, when you pinch hit for Carpenter, your entire game plan goes out the door. I don't know where Boone gets his information from or what kind of strategy he goes with half the games. But, so you didn't play IKF because of his defense. Okay, fine. But then you bring in Marwin Gonzalez in left field and keep Cabrera at shortstop when Hicks gets hurt, again, because you don't want to deal with IKF's defense. But then you pinch hit. You pinch hit for Marwin Gonzalez with Carpenter, and then have to roll out IKF in the most trying parts of the game in crunch time to lock the game down with, I guess, not as great defense. So that just didn't make any sense to me. I get maybe you wanted to knock the game out of the way and really just break the doors open with Carpenter. That clearly didn't happen. And you could have went to LeCastro in left field. I completely forgot he was on the roster. But you could have kept Cabrera at short and put LeCastro in left. But no, they go with IKF at short. It's just very, very odd. I'm not going to complain too much, but very, very odd. And the only last negative thing I'll say about this team, because I'm very excited to watch them play the Houston Astros and have a chance to go to the World Series, whether they're a big underdog or not, is if Aaron Judge really continues to look the way he looks, they're not going to have a single chance against Houston. He is so lost at the plate. His approach is totally gone. The strikeout as the second batter in the first inning, in the bottom of the first inning, when the pitcher for the Indians or the Guardians is all over the place, and you strike out in that count, the way the entire at bat shook out, very not kind of confidence inducing. And then sure, when you're up a little bit, you hit that solo donger, and I had no issue with it. Obviously, I was very excited about it. So I thought maybe he can get it going. And then he comes right back. That next at bat, I think it was the next at bat, against, I think it was Karinchak. It could have been Stefan. Horrible at bat. I mean, it literally looked, when it was 3-1, it looked like he already decided in his head he was going to swing. And he throws him that crazy inside pitch he checks swings on, thinks he goes to first. Bro, not only was that a complete way out of the zone inside pitch almost hit you, but you definitely went. So now you're 3-2, and he strikes out on a pretty nice off-speed pitch, but the ball's in the zone. He was not doing any of that in the regular season. So it is a little bit, not a little bit, it's a lot of bit kind of scary going forward. But we'll see. A new series is a new series. Let's wipe the slates clean again. Guy who had a great game, who's had a great game pretty much every single game this series, Harrison Bader. You can go look back at my videos when they first acquired him. He is such a huge piece of this team. He brings an energy and he brings an ability that was lacking for a very long time. And he gets on base again 3 times. Didn't even have to get a hit. Walks twice, gets hit by a pitch. And you got to love at the end of the game, Glaber giving a little rock the baby back at the Guardians. Naylor did absolutely nothing. I had to watch his fucking helmet fly off for the 90th time. He can go fuck himself. Did hit a laser beam to Cabrera, but they had the shift played perfectly. So that was very, very satisfying to see that we completely nailed down Josh Naylor, no pun intended, and now he has nothing. He really has nothing to do with to play golf. I mean, complete joke for him to show up Garrett Cole in that situation. I will not forget that for a while, and hopefully when there's a game that's not as important, i.e. maybe April, May, or June of next year, and the Yankees are playing the Guardians, you might see Cole get a little high and tight with Josh Naylor. But that remains to be seen. Now, let's move on forward to the Houston series quickly. And I don't want to spend too much time on this mic. I want to be short and sweet, but I want to look forward to that series. So let's just say this, and I said this already, I'll say it again. All I wanted was a chance. All I wanted was an ability to not only play this Houston team that's been the bane of our existence the last 5 years, but also have another chance where if a couple bloops go your way, similar to how it did for the Guardians, but in a bigger extent, you have a chance to go to the World Series. So I'm super excited. Saturday, I believe, is a game that we're going to have at home. I didn't look at the schedule yet. I don't even know if it's a game Wednesday and then off Thursday into Friday, or if it's going to be 2 games in a row, and then I don't know. Maybe it might be Wednesday, Thursday, off Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday in the Bronx. I'm not sure. I guess I'm not sure. But either way, I believe there's a Saturday game. The weather looks amazing. The environment's going to be electric. Last time I was in the Bronx, Garrett Cole, as a Houston Astro, pitched against us and beat us. And I want to get back there super, super bad. I don't know if his start's going to line up. I guess his start would line up for that start as well. But it'd be interesting because he'd be in the other jersey. So all I wanted was a chance. They have an incredible team. Everyone knows it. Altuve, I believe, went hitless last series. You know he's going to kill us this series. Alvarez looks like Aaron Judge of the regular season, but even better. And you got guys who are just fucking straight up annoying like Bregman. And Kyle Tucker's great. They got a great team. Dusty Baker, I do like. One of the few guys in this organization I really like. But we have a puncher's chance to win this series. If Stanton can get hot, if Judge can snap out of it, and our players that are on the roll side of things, like IKF maybe, like Cabrera, even though we did it in the first series, like Bader, can keep it up, and then for Cabrera and IKF and all those other guys, step it up, including Glaber, you have a chance. The pitching's great. I mean, Tyone going tomorrow does not bother me whatsoever. You got Sevy going the next day, and then probably Cole. So you steal one in Houston, all bets are off. You steal one in Houston, you go back to the Bronx with, I believe, Cole and then Nestor. Now you're up 3-1 maybe. Anything can happen, or this can go horribly wrong, and Jameson Tyone can get smoked, and then they go ahead and Sevy chokes like he sometimes does in the playoffs, and now Cole has a must-win, and he has a fucking Fenway Park-esque outing, and then next thing you know, you're down 3-0. So who knows? But the bottom line is we've been awarded the opportunity. I cannot wait, and we're going to see if Verlander can kind of step it back up to kind of fix what he did last time. Let's hope not. Let's hope he's still rusty. I know he made some Pedro Martinez was saying he made a couple weird like mechanical adjustments for that series against Seattle, which kind of bit him in the ass. Let's hope he forgot how to get back to the roots. But I strongly doubt that. One of the best pitchers pretty much of all time. But to all the commenters and to all the fucking people on Twitter bitching about how this was an advantage for the Yankees because the rain, or everyone's bitching about the rain, or this or that, or that the Guardians are going to win. They have the advantage. They have a better bullpen. All this garbage. First of all, go fuck yourself. And let me just say this fucking last thing. This is a Yankees town. This is a fucking Yankees league, and we're coming for it, baby. Johnny Kid out.